All right. So we are live whenever you're ready. So it's 6:59. So.
All right. All right, I'll call the meeting to order. Take a minute. Take a roll and take a sticker.
Mrs. Leslie here, Mrs. Butler here, Mrs. Donahue here, Mr. B
Here.
Mrs. Kiplinger
Here. All right, I stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, approval of the agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting?
I would like to pull the Neola policies, both of them. They're still not correct. So we can pull those.
It's not correct, like they just have to be updated with the last changes you gave them?
Well, there's still some changes.
Okay, but those are in addition to what you already gave them?
I don't know.
Okay,
I gave him all of my notes, so I'm not sure
okay.
what. It's, I know that some things are things that I had given him, so. But it appears that other things were. So.
Sure.
And then that was 11F, right? And 11G.
11 F and G.
Is that right?
No, it sounds wrong. Yes, F and G.
That, oh,
To say that too.
I don't think that.
Yeah, because we had the new agenda that we had to do.
Oh, okay. Well, you just thinking that was gonna get to that.
Yeah, so it's, well, I gave you the up to date. Here on.
One on the fourth.
A and B.
Yeah, the one online, the one that's. The E agenda only has A and B for 11.
Yeah.
This, you know, and.
We, sure,
If I get to that.
I got it. So removing Neola policies too.
Oh, it's 12F.
12F.
Oh, go, go, G.
F and G.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'll let you see. Okay. So the rescinding one too, you have. You don't want to.
I'd like to discuss that one if we can,
Okay, so do you want to leave that one on?
but for discussion only,
Okay,
not to be voted on.
okay. And then will you get with Mr. Crispin and either set an appointment or telecon or whatever you're gonna do, and you go over all this?
And then I'd like to pull 12, the first part of 12H for the coaching supplementals or sport supplementals, because I had some additional questions and I thought Mr. Smith was going to, I mean, I know he can't be here tonight, obviously, but I do have some additional questions. And because those are all fall, they're all winter sports, I think we have time. And I don't necessarily see the harm in pushing that. So I'd like to pull that, just the first MOU for tonight.
Okay,
It's the first of the two.
do you want to just discuss it and not vote on it? And then ask your questions and then they can, Tina or whoever can go back and.
Not necessarily.
So we're keeping just right MOU to vote.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes,
And then we'll just put this on next week, right?
that's fine.
Okay. I didn't want to make sure we don't lose it in the shuffle, so. it's goes to-
That makes sense.
Yep, got it.
Thank
And then
you.
will you follow up then with your talking about athletic director?
Yes.
Okay,
I mean, he was gonna be here tonight, and I know Mr. Crispin isn't here, so really, nobody, you know, I didn't really get a good chance to really look at everything, and so, I also want to do some additional research and have a couple good questions for them, so.
okay. You want to do the questions between now and the next meeting?
I will do
We
my
wouldn't vote on
research.
we wouldn't vote at a work session either.
No, but that's what I mean, so you,
Regular meeting.
yeah, do you want
It could
You wanna bring it up
it
for
could
the-
be discussed at the
Yeah,
work section?
Yeah.
Okay, then can we just add it to the work section? I just want to make sure somebody's gonna be here then to answer your questions if they're specific for that. That's what I'm saying, if you're gonna ask him the questions in between now and then, we can put on a work session, any more discussion, or you can let us know what the answers are.
Yeah, yes,
Do you do that?
yeah. Plus, I needed to do some additional research for my own self as well, and I just really ran out of time. But I didn't think it would impact it because they are winters, so.
Anything else? On the agenda?
Winters.
Okay. Then can I get a motion to approve the agenda, with those changes that we had just. Anybody, 1 second?
I'll second.
Okay, and any more discussion? Anything about that? Okay, and then will you, take the roll, please?
Sure, Mrs. Leskowitz.
Yes,
Mrs. Butler.
Yes.
Mrs. Donahue.
Yes.
Mr. B.
Yes.
Mrs. Kiplinger.
Yes.
right now we have approval of minutes.
So, so in the minutes for the April 16th regular meeting, it says that Mr. Fugate and the teachers presented. However, there were no teachers presenting. It was just Mr. Fugate, so I think that should be corrected. As well as, on discussion item D, it says approve new positions, but nothing was approved or voted on, so those corrections need to be.
Now, which one on the? Is this on the
The
16th?
16th, they're both on the 16th.
And it says.
It said that Mr. Fugate and.
Yeah, got that one. What
Okay,
was
and then the
second?
other one was discussion item D. It says approved new positions, but we didn't approve anything, nothing was voted on.
No, because it was just under discussion.
Right, so it shouldn't say approved.
I think that's what it said on the agenda, but I'll go back and check.
Yeah, because it was just a discussion. We didn't approve anything,
Right,
so
that's why it's under the discussion header, but I will make sure.
I think the wording is misleading, but I hear what you're saying.
So can we still approve it with those?
Yeah, I
changes?
can make those changes and send it out to you
Right, but I mean, can we just approve it now with, okay,
with
So-
those changes.
yeah, can I get a motion then to approve the minutes with those changes that were just mentioned, with 16?
I'll move. that we approve the minutes with the amendments as discussed. I think of the right order.
Second.
Any more discussion? Right, will you take roll call, please?
Sure, Mrs. Leskowitz.
Yes,
Mrs. Butler.
Yes.
Mrs. Donahue.
Yes.
Mr. B.
Yes.
Mrs. Kiplinger.
Yes.
okay, now, executive session, can I have a motion to go into an executive session for the following reasons? 1, employment and compensation of a public employee, and 3, conference with district's attorney concerning pending or imminent court action.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, will you please, take roll?
Sure.
When you get a chance.
Okay, Mrs. Leskowitz.
Yes.
Mrs. Butler.
Yes.
Mrs. Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Dees,
Yes.
Mrs. Kipling.
Yes.
We're gonna go in executive session and then we'll, reconvene. I'll get you when we get done.
You understand here?
Yeah, hopefully we won't be long. It shouldn't be long.
We'll be fast.
Yeah.
1001, 1002.
I wouldn't suggest that, Donna.
5-minute cards?
Yeah.